Hey guys, what's up? It is the Next Gen podcast, and today I have a very special guest in Las Vegas. Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fucking fantastic. Do you know why?
I think so.
Tell them why.
So Jen just won $50 on one of her favorite machines at South Point.
Fuck yeah, I did. Here's the money, honey. See this? This is real fucking money right here. I've been here since last Friday. I haven't won any fucking money. Sean came into my life. Not only did I win $50, you guys, what's my favorite number? $50. I won a 1 week vacation back here. This is what I really wanted to win. I also won a comedy show. Oh my God, this has been amazing. Anyways, this is my lucky charm, and he's actually going to mark off one of my goals here in April in my 50-year planner. Right there, win the jackpot. One jackpot. It's actually on the top.
Oh, there it is.
Because it was like a last minute goal. And he helped me do that. This is what friends do. And every month we plan on winning the jackpot here in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, 50 is just the beginning. 50 is just the beginning.
So I like to go in denominations of 50. So next time I come back, it's going to be 500.
Okay.
Right? Oh, yes. Sean, tell people a little bit about you and what you do.
So yeah, my name is Sean Sanchez. I've been out here in Las Vegas since 2020. I'm a life insurance specialist. So I sell life insurance and some annuities at AAA.
Nice.
I also teach guitar at Music and Arts. I'm a musician, guitar player. I'm an okay player, but I think I'm a pretty good teacher, very patient. Most of my students are 16 years or younger. And I also write poetry, and I do gamble a little bit, but not as much as, as a bad thing. Like to have fun. And should I tell them how I met you and all that kind of stuff?
Totally.
Okay.
Because he's literally in my hotel room here in Las Vegas, and I don't invite anyone to my hotel room this is not an easy spot to get to be on the podcast in Las Vegas. Like, how did you get here? People are curious.
Well, I met Jen last year. We talked on the phone when I was with Northwestern Mutual.
How did we meet?
We met on social media on Facebook first, but then I called her. I think I messaged her first, and this is like April, May of last year.
A year ago, he called me.
Mm-hmm. And, to be honest, I was trying to promote what I was doing, looking for clients, looking for connections, how to market and network my business. And we talked for like maybe 45 minutes to an hour. I thought she was great. I knew she was in Northern California, Sacramento area. And yeah, I just went on with life, moved on to another company, and we just kept in touch. So, and she said she was coming out here. And I said, yeah, we should meet up, or, we kind of agreed on that. And yeah, we just went to the South Point. We had lunch, and I gambled a little bit. Didn't win too much, 20, 30 bucks. But yeah, Jen had $20 that she got as a comp for staying here in this timeshare. And she was down to her last $5. And she was playing the huge machine, 777 machine, where everyone can gather around, like watch and all that kind of stuff. And she was down to her last $5, and it was $5 per bet, and she only had $20, down to her last $5. And then she hit like a diamond thing and like times two.
We didn't take a picture.
We didn't take a picture. So I was showing her, I've won some jackpots and been lucky, I guess, I played poker mainly. And yeah, she won $50, and she said, let's cash out. We forgot to take a picture, but that's okay. And she has her winnings, and she's so excited. Her 50-year planner and $50. So 50 is definitely a lucky number for her. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were actually playing Texas Hold'em at a different machine for a while. And he's played, and what was I doing while you were playing?
So I gave her this book. For those of you in the personal development arena, I'm a huge fan. I don't know if you could see this. I don't think so.
You have to like cover it with your hand.
Like so.
Well, I'll post the picture on social media.
Trust me, it's The Treasury of Quotes by Jim Rohn. He was a mentor of mine. I actually worked with him before he passed away in 2009. Huge personal development guy. And this was like 2002 to 2004. And I gave her this book and she was reading these quotes and I was calling 4 of a kind. I got 4 of a kind. He's just a very special guy. He was 79, I think, when he died. So he was already up there in age, but really a good guy. Learned a lot from him. And we were just sharing about growth, how to get better, how to be better, how to be happy.
What is your favorite Jim Rohn quote?
Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, but wish for more skills. That's probably one of my favorite quotes.
And I was reading these quotes while he was playing and he was like, Jen, I'm winning. Like, I was so excited. I never have my palms sweat. Like my palms never sweat. I'm always chill. Like I'm an animal, but it's because I'm in control. When we're playing these slots and I'm reading these, like I got so nervous. I was like, my hands are sweating. I'm like wiping my hands on him. Like I'm sweating. This is crazy. And I'm just hearing ding, 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 like just winning. I was like, how the fuck does this guy do it? Like he like won like 90% of the hands.
Well, there's a reason for that. So this is called the Ultimate X. Well, I don't know, for those of you who gamble, play slots or whatever. So you get like ×2, ×3, ×4, ×10, ×8.
We got up to ×12.
Yeah. So, but I was looking for 4 of a kind ×12, because let's say 4 of a kind is 250 ×10, that's 2,500. We were playing nickels. That's probably a few $100s, which is nice, right? So that's what I was waiting for. It didn't really happen, but we had a lot of fun. Yeah, Jen was reading from this book and I was just
I had to like go to the bar and be like, can I borrow a pen? Because for some reason we don't have a pen. He had a pen and like the pen like stopped working. So I went to the bar and they had a bunch of pens and I'm like highlighting quotes that I like and like circling. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. And then I told you before when we first walked into the South Point and got some food, I said, I want to win a jackpot. It's in my 50-year planner. I want to 10x my money. Okay. What did you tell me?
You want to, well, I don't know what.
You told me that I was down to my last $5 and then times 10 is 50.
That's right.
And 50 is my favorite number. So if you guys literally want to win the jackpot here in Las Vegas, I mean, who doesn't? Tell me someone who doesn't want to win the jackpot, right? Like no one goes to Las Vegas like, man, I wish I lost like $1 million. Like, no, people come here to fucking win, right?
That's right.
And to people, and we actually had to have a talk about this at dinner or at lunch, was I'm a very addictive personality. I know I will wipe out my entire savings on gambling. And this is actually why I don't do it. And what did you say?
I said, that's a really good thing because yeah, people like lose their mortgage money. You know, Las Vegas is great. It's a lot of fun, but when you live here, it's dangerous to go gambling all the time. And that's why I kind of have to rein it in and not do that much. Right. So
yeah, we actually had to like talk about like limits. I was like, okay, I'm going to get $20 for joining the South Point and their like reward system or whatever. So I'm going to use South Point's $20. And I said, that's my limit. And you also said you were going to give me some money to gamble too.
Yeah,
and
so I haven't told her yet. We're going to go back and I'm going to give her some money and we're going to go ahead and gamble a little bit more. So yeah, because I did say I would give her some money because she bought me lunch. She's very nice. And yeah, Jen's great, but she's absolutely right. If you have an addictive personality,
like I do, as you guys can tell, like I'm on social media all the time. Like it's addictive. And I know that about myself. Like this is something I know about myself. It's in my family, like drug addiction and like all types of addiction. And so I just choose addiction to things that number 1, bring joy to people. Number 2, make me money. And number 3, make me happy. So gambling scares me, honestly.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, we were kind of having the buddy system. We played those machines where we could both sit down, she could read some quotes and we can kind of keep an eye on each other. And, you know, even though she was down to her last $5, as soon as she won that 50, she's like, I'm done.
That's why we didn't get the photo of, because he has like a bunch of photos of all of his winnings, right? As soon as he was like, oh my God, Jenny won. And because I was just like, blah, whatever. Like I could only hit it 4 times. And he's like, Jen, you just won. You just won. And I was like, let's go. Let's get out of here. And like, I freaked out. I was like, take the money and fucking run. Like I'm not doing anything. And like, we got up from that machine so fucking fast and went to the cashier. I was like, I won the jackpot. We're knocking this off the 50-year planner list. Like you're going to mark it. And this is how we're going to start the podcast. Like, let's go. Cause he helped me achieve my goal.
That's right.
Thank you.
Team player.
Team player.
That's
Yeah, no,
right.
it's a team effort, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm here to help you achieve your goals as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what friends do, right?
That's right.
This is what friends do.
Yeah, Jen gave me this book on life insurance for those of you
Oh,
who are familiar with cash value life insurance.
so you have to kind of hold it down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, and it's money wealth. Like a lot of wealthy people throughout time, the Rockefellers, the Kennedys have passed down their wealth through cash value life insurance, which back then was really like whole life insurance. But you can get like a 10, 20, $50 million policy. You keep it for 30 years, it builds like a lot of cash savings. The best part about the cash value part of life insurance is that you can withdraw that money tax-free. It grows tax deferred. And what I tell people, if you're going to use it as kind of like an investment vehicle, it accrues and builds interest over time, but it's a marathon. It's not something that in 2 or 3 years, you're going to have a ton of money. It's a marathon. It's a long-term vision. That's why I equate it to like
A 50-year plan.
yeah, a 50-year plan. Exactly. So after a lot of time, and yeah, Jen gave me that book and I gave her this book.
We did kind of a book exchange
Yeah,
and it
it's
was
kinda
really
cool.
fun. Yeah. I mean, that's the friends that I want. I want friends that are educated, that want to give me books as gifts. Like the treasure of quotes. Like you guys are going to be seeing some of these quotes on my social media for sure. They're delicious.
Yeah, no, yeah. Jim really, aside from like my dad and a few other mentors, and I mean, I'm not alone with that. If you even Google them or looking up a lot of like, whether it's Bree Brown, Darren Hardy, like a lot of Les Brown, Brian Tracy, they were friends of his. So.
Can I talk about Darren Hardy?
Yeah, go ahead.
I went to a Darren Hardy event when I was a personal trainer here in Las Vegas. And this is what scared me about gambling was he said that the gambling machines are more addictive than cigarettes. And I know cigarettes are super addictive. So I was like, after Darren Hardy said that, I never gambled.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It is very addictive, especially for me. I've kind of, at times I have, maybe gambled a little bit too much that I should, but like Jen, I have my limits, but I can have an addictive personality too. But the thing is, you got to be able to control yourself, be on a budget or go with a buddy and just have, do like a buddy system, which is what we did. And, have a budget when you go in there, just say, I'm just going to gamble $60 or $100 or whatever. And you may come out a winner. So what casinos bank on is that you do win a jackpot, but that you'll come back and lose all your money and then bet some more money, and then you're really down. And I'm not even talking about the poker tables. Me and Jen were trying to look at a TV at a baseball score, and we were right next to a table, and we were talking, and you should have seen the evil eye looks we got from the guys that were gambling. That's how serious like some of these gamblers are.
Oh yeah, we totally pissed some people off right there.
People were like, what the hell are you doing?
We're like, what's the score? Can you read that TV all the way across the over there? And I was like, no, I can't fucking read that. And he's like, I can't fucking read that. And then they're all looking at us. I said, whatever, we own these bliss. Like,
sorry. But that's how serious people are about gambling. People, I mean, they get in the zone, and I guess you can call it like a mental illness or like a mental disease, so that's why you gotta be able to rein it in. I say that because I live here now, but before, when I lived in California, I used to come out here, and it's, Vegas is a lot of fun, a lot of lights, a lot of activity, but when you live here, it's really a different animal.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about gambling and getting out of control, something else. Here's the question. What is the difference between a gambling addict and a professional gambler?
Oh.
When is it like, oh no, I'm a professional versus like, no, I'm an addict? Like what's the defining line there?
So they're kind of synonymous. A professional gambler could be a gambling addict. However, a professional, they know like when to go all in. So like you mentioned Texas Hold'em.
Right.
For those of you familiar with Texas Hold'em, if someone goes all in, you can have less chips or less money than they who went all in. All in means you bet all your money. You put every cent, every chip in. Someone puts, $10,000 all in and you have 5,000, you're putting your 5,000 to their 10,000. However, you win the 15,000. So professionals, that's a very good question. I'm not a professional gambler. I have been lucky Like, I have sat down at machines before, like I showed Jen. I sat down 15 minutes at Green Valley Ranch Casino and won $6,000 betting like 10 hands.
That's what he showed me. And I was like, cool, let's do that again.
But, you got to understand that stuff like that does not happen. But, people go to these casinos thinking they could get that every time, so that's why.
There are some math geniuses out there that like hit some fucking numbers.
So I do because I was getting like I called hands. And
yeah, he'd be like, okay, so a straight's coming up, and then it would fucking come up, and he's like, okay, we're gonna get that. You called like a royal flush, and we got like two. I was like, how the fuck are you calling this shit? Like, how do you, like, he would just be like, okay, we're gonna get this, and I'd be like, what the fuck, like what? And I was like, what are you doing? Talk to us about that.
So when you play, so I like to play 10 hands. When there's 10 hands, and it's 5-card poker, so it's like 5-card draw. And when you see like three that's like a straight or a flush, or if you guys know poker, it's that's all I was calling. So I'm not really a math genius. I was just calling. Oh, okay.
No, there's something behind the curtain here, because I was like, and he was like, he said, I can feel the 4 of a kind coming. What the fuck do you mean you could feel the 4 of a kind coming?
Yeah, sometimes you feel it coming and you just feel lucky, but
no, you were calling it. Like, there is some magic there that he's doing that he's not.
So I guess
like how do people fucking win this stuff? Like, you just go like, I'm confident I'm gonna win. Like, I can go in the elevator and be like, we're gonna win the fucking jackpot. Like, I'm like, I talk about manifestation and like putting it in your 50-year planner, but like there's a little bit more magic behind it. Like, number 1, you're expecting to win. Number 1, you know how to play. Number 3, you actually play. Number 4, you got to put the money down. Number 5, you're calling it. Like there's a process here.
It's games of chance, but I suppose you can manage. I mean, you put in your 50-year planner, you want to win a jackpot, and to you, $50, especially with someone else's money. It wasn't even your money.
Fuck no, it wasn't my money, because I don't want to fucking gamble my money.
That's right. And I'm going to give you some money a little bit later.
There you go. Yeah. Like, no,
like, we can go back to that favorite machine of yours.
What did I say? I said, you give me money, I'm going to 10x it, and then we're going to split it.
Yeah. Or no, you can keep it, because I plan on getting lucky myself.
Right. So it's like I'm calling it and I did it. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what the magic is here, but if you want to win in any area of your life, call it. Say, hey, I want to win at this. I want to win at that. Like, this is how it's going to go down. Like, I think that's the part of us creating our reality and creating our life through the 50-year planner, living our best life, and winning jackpots.
Yeah. I wanted to share. So Jen was reading this quote by Jim Rohn in the Treasury of Quotes. What you pursue, if you pursue success or you pursue wealth, if you consciously, there's a difference between manifesting confidence and manifesting something as opposed to pursuing something. It's almost like when you're dating and you really want to go after that girl or that guy and they're very attractive, or you really want them, you desire them, but you're maybe a little bit too desperate. And just think, that's probably the most unattractive thing you've ever seen.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Is when someone's desperate. However, when you're confident, or when you make yourself more attractive, that's how you bring things into your life. You make yourself more attractive. You manifest confidence, you manifest certain things. But I'm still a student just like everybody else. It's not like I'm a millionaire, and it's not like I'm where
I did. So there is a millionaires club in the Jim Rohn book. And I go, are you in the millionaires club?
Not yet.
So I wrote it in your 50-year planner. In 2024, in March, you're going to be in the millionaires club.
That'd be great. Yeah, money is just a symbol. It's more. So Jim Rohn's mentor was Earl Shoaff, and he mentioned to Jim when Jim was 26 or 25, when he was getting had Earl Shoaff as a mentor back, and this was a long time ago, back in the 50s and 60s, 70s. And he said, Earl Shoaff said to Jim, he said, why don't you set a goal to become a millionaire? And then
why don't you set a goal to become a millionaire?
Check this out. So it gets better. So, and Jim says, yeah, that's awesome. Wouldn't I love that? Like, Jen's just thinking. Yes,
fuck yeah, we're all going to the millionaires club. I didn't even write millionaires club in my 50-year planner. What the fuck's wrong with me? I wrote it in yours first.
But guess what? That's not the lesson that Earl Shoaff was saying.
Okay.
He said, and Earl Shoaff says, here's why. And Jim, first thing he said, the man doesn't have to tell me why. Wouldn't it just be awesome, rain all day and have $1 million and just, bathe in it or whatever, just have it. And Earl Shoaff says, no, that's it. That's not it. He says, for what it'll make of you to achieve it, how far it'll push you, how far it'll stretch you, how hard you'll work, how smart you'll work, how resourceful you'll be, how you'll be a better woman, a better man, a better person, a better father, a better everything. And the money is just the material manifestation of you being better at something or being a better person. You can give the money away. The money is kind of inconsequential. The money kind of doesn't matter. It's really the skills and what you attract and how you develop as a human being and as a person that's invaluable. Because guess what? You can have $1 million and win $1 million, but have all the skills and all the talent. You can lose all that money, but guess what? In a couple of years, you'll get it all back because you have everything it takes. And that's why we probably all know people who win $10 million, $5 million in the lotto, 5 or 6 years, even sooner, they're broke because guess what? They don't have the skills. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the disposition. They don't have the temperament. They just got the money rich and quick, and they had no appreciation for it, no appreciation for attracting things into their life. They didn't manifest anything. They weren't abundant versus the scarcity mindset. They just got it. So that's the difference. That's why I think what Earl Shoaff said to Jim, and Jim would talk about it all the time, is so valuable. It's what you become that makes you valuable, the kind of person you are, as opposed to just the money. The money is just a material thing.
Money's just a tool.
That's right.
So can you write in my 50-year planner when I join the Millionaires Club next? Uh-oh. When do I join the Millionaires Club?
Should I just pick a year? 2026.
Okay.
In your birthday month.
In my birthday month.
I just wrote it in.
See, that's what real friends do.
2026 Millionaires Club.
Sweet.
And there's different ways because you're going to sell life insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to sell real estate. So you can be you could be $1 million producer with real estate. You can sell. You can rather earn $1 million in commission, or you can sell $1 million. Well, $1 million home is no big deal, right? That's not that much, right?
Excuse me?
Selling $1 million home in California is not that big of a deal. Right?
Yeah, it is. I've never sold one yet.
Okay.
Fuck,
the only reason why.
Whoa. Wait, this. Yeah, that's the mindset I should fucking have.
The reason why I say that is because your average home where I used to live in California, which is Southern California, was probably $700,000 to $850,000. And that's why $1 million does not seem that much to me. No, but the Millionaires Club should mean something, like whatever you designate it to mean. Okay. It should have, like, your definition of the Millionaires Club may be different than mine. Like mine.
Interesting.
Mine may be like life sales. Like I sell $1 million in a year in premium, which is different than my commission, than my income, or it could be income.
And what does, people that are watching, what does the Millionaires Club mean to you? And when are you going to put yourself in the Millionaires Club in your own 50-year planner? Right?
That's right.
Yeah, it could mean anything to you. Can I read to them what I wrote in your 50-year planner?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So, I didn't give it to you. You actually bought it off of Amazon, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. So he had nothing in his 50-year planner. I said, hey, I'm going to be out in Vegas.
Well, that's not entirely true. So I put my March and April on my phone, remember?
Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah. So I didn't write in my 50-year planner yet. I actually put my March goals and my April goals in my phone.
And a lot of people have asked me about that. They're like, Jen, I do everything on my phone. I get it. I do everything on my phone too. And he was like, well, I put my goals in my phone.
But I'm going to start writing them in there too. So.
Why?
Because it's all in one place and it makes it easier. The only reason why I didn't do that is there's just not a lot of room to write stuff. So you have to kind of abbreviate, hyphenate, all that kind of stuff just to make it easier.
Just the main points.
Yeah, just the main points. So yeah, should we read? Do you want to read?
Sure. Well, actually, I want to read what I wrote in the cover.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Sean, and I spelled his name right. He was like, thanks. And I was like, yeah, I read your name on Facebook. That's how I knew how to spell your name. Let's build your book of business for life insurance. So happy to have you as a friend in Las Vegas. You help me be happier.
Oh, that's sweet.
And he does, because in my 50-year planner is, and what we were talking about before is like, I ask people questions every day on social media and I follow up and I like respond to you guys and I love you guys and I want to know about you guys and I want to connect. And this is how me and him met, right? He was answering questions on my social media. We build a relationship. I stopped doing that while I was on vacation in Vegas. And so, I mean, I'm pretty much trained to like ask questions every morning now, because like that's what I do every morning. As I'm sitting here alone in my hotel room by myself, blacked out, curtains, like my phone's off, I really asked myself, like, am I happy?
Yeah, it's a great question to ask, and I think we should be asking ourselves that all the time. Are you happy? And instead of, the typical like, oh yeah, I have a lot of money, or oh yeah, I sold a home, or oh yeah, I just, I found the right person. No, I mean, go deeper. Like, what does happiness mean to you? And there's a difference between temporary happiness, like her winning $50, that was a goal.
Fucking happy, dude. I'm fucking happy.
But my point is that's more temporary. So what makes you content? Like, what brings you lasting happiness?
Lasting happiness.
Yeah.
What makes you happy? Like, so then I wrote in my 50-year planner that I want to be happy this month and that every month I want to be my happiest.
Yeah. And I think the example so we were talking about it over lunch, and I do some coaching on the side, some transformational coaching. So it's my job to really understand how people think. And I mean, within reason, obviously I can't, I don't have a crystal ball, but once I get to know someone. So I think a lot of us don't feel comfortable with silence, or we feel we have a lot of anxiety, and we're always so hurried and so rushed. When's the last time you just sat there, no TV on, no phone, no nothing, for like 15 minutes and closed your eyes? And, people I know in high school and in grade school and even in college, it's like a bad thing to daydream. But I bet you if you talk to Steve Jobs, I know he's passed, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, I bet you if you talk to a lot of successful people, Tony Robbins, I bet you they would say daydreaming and thinking and visualizing and all these exercises where you extend your mind is actually a very valuable thing to do, because you can kind of project and see like into the future and see into things by just thinking. And, so that's what I asked Jen. When's the last time you just sat there and just like closed your eyes, no phone, no nothing?
This week. Yeah, and that's actually when we reconnected us, because you texted me on Monday and I was like, I'm just gonna get some R&R. And then after that, I invited you to lunch on Friday. I invited everybody to lunch on Friday and everyone's like, we're working, but I did find someone. And you also asked me if like I'm lonely. And like, I think my loneliness hit when one of the realtors that I met last time I was out here was like, oh yeah, I'm going to take you out and we're going to talk about the 50-year planner. And he wanted to friendship marry me. Well, I asked him to lunch and he never got back to me. And I was like, oh, he's not interested, like whatever. So I was like, who do I know in Vegas? And like everyone was working. And I actually like did get kind of lonely, but I was like, I know people in Vegas. Like, let me just reach out to everyone I know and see who's going to come to me for lunch on Friday. And ended up reconnecting with someone and we just had like a blast. And yeah, I get lonely for a second, but then I remember like, oh yeah, I'm Jennatherton. I know like everyone and everybody wants to hang out with me. So they're like waiting for me to call them and reach out to them.
Yeah. And that's good that you found some people to go out with and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, that's people can really like motivate us. Sometimes people's goals are other people. Like, someone who has like children, like little kids. Sometimes a mother's why or a father's why is their family or their kids, right? Sometimes it's other people, sometimes we work harder and we do more for someone else or for something else as opposed to ourselves.
Oh, I totally can relate with that for sure.
Yeah. But congrats on winning your jackpot. I marked it off in your planner. And,
well, actually, I marked off one jackpot. We didn't write winning jackpot. We wrote won, WON, like past tense. Like I fucking won. And that's manifestation. It's not like one day I hope to win the jackpot. No, if like God's listening and if God's reading my 50-year planner, he's like, oh, Jen won the jackpot in April in Las Vegas. And then I also checked off you won the jackpot in April in Las Vegas. Did you?
I did. Yeah. I won $1,000, I think, on April 1st.
Damn, $1,000. And you don't have to pay taxes on that.
So guess what? For those, some of you might already know this if you gambled, but in the state of Las Vegas, there's no state tax, right? So
Wow!
not only that, but if you win less than 1,200, if you win less than that, even if it's $1,199, no, it's called the WG. I think it's called the W2G, which is a gambling W2. They don't give that to you, which means you do not have to report that to the IRS. So if you're going to win big, win 1,100. That way you keep every cent
At a time.
No state taxes. So no taxes are taken out in the state of Nevada. If you're in California or somewhere else, it's a little bit different, I think. But yeah. Anything 1,200 or more, you unfortunately you have to report that to the IRS. And if you don't report that, they will come after that money because they know every time because the casinos report that. So
yeah, I mean, that's how they make the money. So
yeah.
I get it. Awesome. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote, we're sitting down at lunch and I'm like, I'll just fill out your 50-year planner for you. And this is kind of like how it goes when you meet with me. I wrote meet Jen.
Yep.
So we checked that one off. 3 to 5 settled LPs.
Yeah, because I do a lot of applications per month, and those who are in the life insurance or even financial services, AAA, which is a company I work for, the Motor Club, they're very conservative. So if you have, for life insurance in particular, if you have any kind of health, diabetes, stroke, anything, chances are you're going to get declined. So that's why I wrote 3 to 5 settled. Yeah. And that's conservative. Usually I can do better than that, but I had a couple of chargebacks and I had some things happen, but I've already settled 2 this month and it's only the 10th. So I still have 20 days to go. But yeah, 3 to 5, and definitely hit my quota for the month and do better. Won a jackpot. I did win one on the 1st or 2nd 50-year planner event. I guess that's coming up.
Well, I guess this is it.
Yeah, this is our
50-year planner event was me coming to Las Vegas and signing his 50-year planner, which is what I wanted to do. That makes me so happy to meet the people that buy my 50-year planner, follow me on social, and to sit next to you and like talk to you about how we're going to keep planning our goals.
Yeah. And then the last one was 5,000. That's an income with everything that I do. That's a minimum of 5,000, but 5,000K or more.
So yeah, we added a plus. So one thing that my friend that I hung out with in Vegas said was like, you should set your goals, but also write or better.
Yeah. Plus or better. Because if you just say like what I'm thinking is 10,000, but I just put 5,000 plus because I give myself like a minimum that I want to achieve, which is the minimum is 5,000, and 5,000, that's 60,000 a year. That's not outstanding. That's not like a lot of money, but if you're making 5,000 a month, to most people, unless you're like in, LA, California, San Francisco, New York, that's like decent money. I can save some money on that because living out here is not as expensive as some other places.
Oh, fuck no.
But the goal is like 5 figures every month. That's like, I know I put 5K plus per month, but the goal is to do 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 a month. But like I said, that's just a number. It's just a material manifestation. It's really, what am I going to do differently? Like, how am I going to interact with clients? How, how am I going to think outside the box? How resourceful I'm going to be? Like, what am I going to change and what am I going to do? And by me putting all these goals down, now it's time to get to work.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I just added 3 to 5 settled LPs plus.
Yeah.
So
3 to 5 plus. That's right.
Cool. So what are our goals for May here?
I'm still working on May, but 50-year planner event. She has one jackpot on every month. So I got, and the 5,000 is the minimum. Even if I have a bad month, I definitely still win. And that's income. That's not life sales. That's not targets. That's not anything. That's net. That's not gross income that I make. Gross would probably be about 8,000 or 9,000 or 8,000. 5,000 net is what I actually take home. That's my take home pay out of all the stuff that I do.
And then I did April, May, June as a quarter. So we're in the second quarter. So in this quarter, in this next 3 months, he's need to make 15K plus.
That's right.
Awesome. And then in June, we did a 50-year planner event. My friend's calling me. And also, we're going to win the jackpot in June. We're going to win the jackpot in July. We're going to win the jackpot in August. We're going to win, or actually, we already won all of these: September, October, November, and December. I mean, that's fun planning to me. Like, plan to win.
Yeah. Manifest it. And I mean, jackpots, I've been really lucky. I mean, I've
No, this guy's really lucky. I was like, I need to rub your head for fucking good luck, because when oh my God, when they gave me another free week vacation and I was like, you want to go to the comedy club tonight? And he's like, no, I have to work tomorrow. And I was like, all right, well, you got invited first because I'm going to invite someone else.
Yeah. No, but that's good. And she won that $500 thing, which is what she wanted. And
because there was like, when I went on the timeshare tour, they're like, oh, you can win prizes. And I was like, what are the prizes? And he's like, you can win TV, a laptop, a phone. I was like, I want to win a laptop. And then I came back to my room and I was like, actually, I would like to win another free week vacation here. And then they're like, I forgot about it. And then when we came in, they asked me how my timeshare visit was. And I said, awful. Because I know more about my timeshare host and what he wants to do than anyone else. And this is our time to laugh and smile. So if you could give me your most evil laugh. We scam them. I scammed this timeshare so good. I said, they said, how was your time? Oh, we saw that you did a timeshare tour. How'd it go? I said, awful. But I know more about my timeshare guy. I know what pictures his dog wants on Instagram. And he doesn't know a goddamn thing about what I want to do and where I want to travel. And he couldn't close me on a timeshare. That's a bad experience. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, here's another free week vacation. Here's this. And like, just started pouring into us.
Yeah, she felt bad. Yeah, you were very truthful about that. And it's funny because one thing I mentioned to her, and I include myself, I'm not any better than anyone else, but most of us don't listen very well. People love to talk and share all day long, but it really takes someone special who can really like not only listen, but active listen, like really hear and understand and relate. Because sometimes when people are talking, and I do this all the time, so I need to get better at it too. When people are talking, I think a lot of times we're thinking about what's my most awesome response is going to be, instead of really relating to them, understanding them and hearing them. So I think when you were sharing all that, she really like listened to you and understood. And she said, I have a solution. And that's why she gave you that.
And it was because you walked in there with me.
Maybe I brought you good luck, right?
Because when I walked in there by myself, I wasn't getting treated like that. You bring this guy around, you're going to get lucky. Okay. Because I was like, whoa, that's actually what I wanted. And like, yeah, I would love to go to a comedy club tonight for sure. Because actually the guys that I went to the dispensary with, they're like, did you go to any events or anything? And I was like, no, I've just been kind of on vacation. And now that I invited them to this, and it's free, but we got to buy a drink for like $10.
Yeah. So it's like,
which is fine. We would do that anyway, you know?
Yeah. No, it sounds like a great event. That's great.
And anything else you want to tell the people about the 50-year planner?
No, I'm just so happy that I was able to connect with my friend Jen. Just think, if I never would have called you last year, none of this would have ever
Call
happened.
me. Okay, so we met at the South Point. What was I doing? He was like he was like, Jen, you're like kind of in a bad spot. I was at the South Point. What was I doing when you rolled up?
She was arguing with this guy online. This guy was saying some nasty things or not some great things. So I just asked her, I said, why are you even arguing with him? She was getting all riled up. And besides, she hadn't eaten. So her blood sugar was low. She was getting irritable. She was talking a mile a minute. She was getting all riled up. So I said, just let it go. Don't argue with him. Just say, thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. That's nice.
I was literally like, and I'm going to tell this guy to put a 50-year planner up his ass, because it was the Uranus post. And I was like, I posted this video of investment property, and it was the Uranus address. And then we started talking about butts, and it did not go well. You can see it on my Facebook. And he's like, Jen, I don't really, and I was like, what do you think of this? What do you think? Is this a good one to get back at him? And he's like, Jen, I don't really really think that that's a really good time to do it. Why are you doing this? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm getting revenge and I'm like getting this guy and blah, blah, blah. And isn't this a good one? He's like, no, like, this is stupid. Like, stop. Like, are you hungry? And I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry.
So the bottom line is when your blood sugar is low and when you're hungry, try not to argue with too many people.
It's like, if I start being a bitch, I should probably just go eat something.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
And after that, I was fine. And then he was like, what are your relationship goals? And then I really went off. And then you were like super quiet. And I was like, oh gosh, this guy he's like going to leave. And like, oh my gosh, I overshared. And then we were just sitting there like eating in silence. And I was like, are you okay? Like, is it what I said? And you're like, no, I'm just eating.
Yeah, no, it was like right at about the time like she was eating. So after she ate,
I was getting into it. I was like, no, I never want a boyfriend. I'm gonna have like 50 sugar daddies, and they're gonna pay for everything, and I'm gonna have sugar daddies all over the world. And he was like, whoa.
What did I tell you? I saw one of my friends, Facebook friends, this girl. She said, fuck love, forever single. So that's
girl, let's go.
That's what I felt like Jen was trying to tell me, so.
But then what did I write in your 50-year planner? When are you going to get a girlfriend?
In October. Yeah, no big deal. I mean,
I predict he's going to have a girlfriend in October.
Okay, that's fine.
And we're not committed to this goal. I just put it out there, but yeah, you're definitely a catch. You're lucky, like, yeah.
I have a job. I have a car. Right?
You live in Las Vegas?
I live in Las Vegas. So,
and you are talking to a couple women now, right? Like there's a couple potentials on the table.
Yeah. I mean, relationships, I mean, you talk to anyone who's in a successful relationship that's like functional, healthy, loving, compassionate, understanding, like all the positive things. It takes time. Not only does it take time, but it takes like some luck.
So much fucking work.
Not only that, but you got to really, for me at least, you got to work harder on yourself than you do on anything else. And once you work hard on yourself, then you can kind of bring that intentionality and that perspective and that personality to a relationship. Like I've had women in the past who were just not healthy, and together there was just a lot of dysfunction. But I don't want to turn your podcast.
Preach, brother.
I don't want to turn your podcast into a relationship thing, but I'm looking for like a functional, like a healthy, functional relationship.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should write that in your 50-year planner. Like, yeah, you could get a girlfriend, but like a healthy relationship.
Yeah. Not only that, but I'm happy being single.
Preach.
Yeah. I'd much rather be happy, content, and single and like in control of what I'm doing, as opposed to like being in a relationship because I'm lonely, but having it be like an emotional roller coaster or like just one hot mess. I mean, who wants that?
I mean, some people.
No.
I mean, some people like dysfunctional. They want to be like the knight in shining armor. They want a woman that can't function, blah, blah, blah. And they want to provide and protect, blah, blah, blah. But not here. No, we're looking for healthy relationships, and you should have a healthy relationship. And, I was actually telling you how my parents want to see me in a relationship. My mom, we haven't talked since I went on Topless Talk again. We got in another big fight, and she wrote some nasty ass shit in her 50-year planner about me. And only my mother would do that. And she reached out to me while I was here in Vegas, because I always call her when I'm in Vegas because I'm with my cousins. And she's like, sent me this video on how parents will go on their kids' dating apps and like choose a partner for them. And I was like, no, I use Facebook dating to sell 50-year planners. I'm here selling 50, like I'm a 50-year planner salesperson. I use everything to sell 50-year planners. And I'm never going to get married and blah, blah, blah. And like, I know my mother is like, I would love to see her in a relationship and I'd love to see her with kids. And, like, that's what your parents do. And I'm just like, fuck no. Like, I'm going to be single forever with like a zillion sugar daddies. And my mom's like, men shouldn't pay for you and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bitch, you're going to pay for me. And now I have my line that I'm going to use with men now.
What's that?
I'm going to take you for everything you got and you're going to love it.
Okay. You kind of left me speechless with that one. I mean, whatever you want.
Yeah, that's my goal, right? I mean, you support me on that, right?
I support you.
Thank you. I am going to be back in Vegas for EDC weekend. Are you going to go to EDC with me?
What is that again?
Electric Daisy Carnival.
Yeah, I mean, if my schedule is open to it, I'm down.
I'll send you some information. We can also just walk around Vegas and see all the crazy people that will be at EDC, and that actually might be more fun than going to actual EDC. We do have to go hit the South Point again, hit my machine, and hit the jackpot again, and hit your jackpot as well next month.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Cool. Well, we'll see you guys next month. I hope you guys have a great month, and thank you so much for buying the 50-year planner and meeting with me.
Absolutely. It's been a good time. Thank you again.
$50. Let's go. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye.